world. Our thoughts and our prayers are with everyone dealing with the pandemic today. On the recent circumstances. Now, in these special times, I want to say that there is strength in solidarity. We are waves of the same sea, leaves of the same tree, and flowers of the same garden. This is a quote by Seneca that we sent with our first shipment of masks to Italy. This is a quote by Seneca that we sent with our first shipment of masks to Italy. Now, we were the very first to respond to the rising needs in Italy, sending a very large shipment of masks on the 5th of March. We continued this effort, sending shipments to France and to Spain in the last couple of weeks. In Spain, these masks were received on the 18th of March and distributed to hospitals on the very same day. In France, the masks were donated to Pasteur Institute, and who are working towards a cure and organizing supply distribution. You see, when our friends are in need, there is no time to lose. We are glad that our gesture has actually inspired other companies to come out and donate. We really hope that more will do the same. More than anything, it's made us very happy to see that what we're doing is actually helping our friends. Now, thank you very much for the kind words. Please don't mention it. We consider it our duty to help. We're working very hard to get these masks to even more people around the world, and as soon as possible. Because together, we can overcome this. Now, we will not stop here. Today, Xiaomi pledges to donate 1 million masks across Europe in the shortest time frame possible. A lot of our supply is already ready and it's on its way to its destination. Now, because the virus can affect us, but we cannot let the virus defeat us. You see, without our fans, there is no Xiaomi. We have grown because of you. In fact, it was only 6 years ago that we entered the global stage. And today, we've entered more than 90 markets around the world with a top 5 smartphone market share in 45 of these markets. Now, incredibly, as of the third quarter of 2019, our overseas revenue was nearly half of Xiaomi's total revenue. Now, combining just the first 3 quarters of 2019, our revenue across overseas markets is already very, very close to $10 billion US. We should successfully cross the $10 billion mark when our Q4 results, our full year results, are announced very shortly. Now, we've achieved all these through dedication to innovation over the years. And we will continue to focus on innovation and are planning a $7 billion investment into 5G and AIoT technologies over the next 5 years. As some of you may know, Xiaomi has been active in .5G R&D for quite some time now. Now, this came to fruition last year when we launched our Mi Mix 3 5G, the world's first commercially available 5G smartphone in Spain, Barcelona in February. Now, today, I'm very excited to launch 3 new 5G smartphones. Xiaomi is a company that listens. one of my favorite things to do in my downtime is to look through all the social media channels to see what our fans are saying around the world. Now, on all social media channels this last month, the number one topic was, where is the new Xiaomi flagship? Well, you asked, and we listened. So today is going to be the first global official launch of the Mi 10 series. The Mi 10 series is our 10th anniversary flagship series, and by far, our best to date. Now let's take a look at what this Mi 10 series is all about. Thank you. Now, as I mentioned, we'll be launching not just one, but 3 5G phones today. And the first two of these are the Mi 10 and the Mi 10 Pro. Now, these phones have been wildly successful since our China launch in February this year. And we've been working very, very hard to bring them to our global audience as soon as possible. Now, as you may already know, the Mi 10 series video performance is incredibly impressive. With 8K video recording, a host of software features, and nearly unmatched stabilization, this is a beast of a video phone. Now let's take a look at that in detail. Now the first thing that people have asked across social media channels is, why 8K? Why do I even need it? Now let me give you a sense. This is a video in full HD, the same video in 4K, and this is the full thing in 8K. Now to give you some context, 8K is an amazing 16 times bigger than full HD. Now simply put, it's just more detailed than ever before, even more than what some of the professional video equipment can record. We've also backed this groundbreaking resolution with a host of software. Now, when you really want to keep the focus on what's important, and that's you, my dear audience, we've added portrait video. Now, simply put, this means a creamy bokeh and a very crisp foreground. It has a very cinematic feel that helps guide your viewers' eyes through the creation of picture-perfect portrait video. Isn't that beautiful? In the same vein, we've added color focus. Now, as the name implies, this means that your focus is in color and everything else is in grayscale. Now, I personally think this is super, super cool. This makes sure that your subject pops out in vibrant color, and it's definitely one of my favorite features. Now, I think with this, you can get those precious likes on your social media account. Isn't it cool? And for you action seekers, I know it can be very hard to keep stable when shooting gets a little bit crazy. So we've included Shoot Steady mode, which combines optical image stabilization and software enhancements, which gives you the steadiest video possible, even in bumpy conditions. Now the difference and benefits of Shoot Steady are very clear. These two videos are shot on horseback, so somebody's literally on a horse shooting this. Now you can see the video on the left has a much more stable shot, even when shot from the back of a horse, with Shoot Steady on. And one last point of video. One of the most important things about creating content is control. So we've increased your ability to customize your camera's cinematic features with a deep pro mode. Now what is a deep pro mode? Simply put, it just gives you nearly total control of your entire shooting experience. There are a ton of features here that I won't go into detail on. But what we've done is we've posted a few short videos online that can give you a sense of what you can do to create extremely professional looking videos. Now, for anyone who wants to edit, the Mi 10 series can also output log mode, which maintains a huge amount of information not found in normal video files. Now, for laymen like myself, this means that the editors have more access to information. It's like giving a painter more colors to choose from. Now, using Pro Mode, you can create cool features like this motion blur video. You see, by dialing the shutter speed down, you can create really cool shots. This is a bit like stop motion, but with very high clarity. See, there's a very professional look to that video. So you can shoot like a pro with our Pro Mode. Lights, camera, action. This is the leading video phone in the 5G era. You see, we could have reached out to a professional director and spent a lot of money to show you how amazing this phone is. But instead, we think it's more important to see how this phone performs in the hands of our fans. So we've put the Mi 10 Pro in the hands of one of our Xiaomi Studios Mi creators, Louis, from the United States. Now let's take a look at a sample of what he's put together. Wow, right? Thank you, Louis. That was a really amazing video. Now, after today's presentation, we'll be sharing a full-length version of this great video, so please stay on the presentation for that. Now, Mi 10 Pro really enables you to express yourself. At launch, it achieved the world's #1 ranking on DxOMark's video score. Now, it's important to note that nearly all the capabilities are carried over from Mi 10 Pro to Mi 10. That was video, which was amazing. Now, how about still photography? The photography experience with the Mi 10 series is really, simply put, out of this world. With 108 megapixels, 10x hybrid zoom, and excellent stabilization, this is perfect for creators with a very fast-paced lifestyle. The Mi 10 series doesn't disappoint. Both features the 108 megapixel quad camera and ultra-wide lenses. So what is the difference? The Pro features high-end optical and hybrid zoom capabilities, but both really will give you an amazing photography experience. Now, of course, the 108 megapixel is the big standout here. This is really more than just a number. From a practical point of view, it gives you more detail than ever before. Again, both the Mi 10 and the Mi 10 Pro offer this. So this is not just in the ultra high-end variant. Let me show you what this can give you. Check out this photo of the 12 apostles in Australia. The photo composition varies very heavily. Now, what does that mean? It means that there is dark, varied shadows on the cliffside and bright sand, textured clouds, and dynamic waves all around the picture. You see, what Mi 10 Pro can do is capture all of them perfectly without over or underexposing any detail. And this picture are the Taranaki Mountains. I have actually personally never been there. I would love to go when travel is a little bit easier. We can see an impressive variation in shadows, contrast, and a very high level of detail in both the water and the plants. In the rear, we can still see individual curves and snow deposits on the mountainside. This is a beautiful, beautiful picture. Now sometimes, you need to capture an even bigger picture. For traditional ultra-wide lenses, people around the edges tend to get distorted. So you get a lot of this, when you take a lot of pictures with ultra-wide, people are squeezing and fighting to get to the middle because their faces on the side are disproportionate. Now with distortion correction, please pay attention to the two gentlemen on the sides. This is without distortion correction, and this is with distortion correction. They are brought back to normal proportions, which is a very good thing, unless you want to have a picture where your face is much wider than everybody else's. Here is a shot on Mi 10 Pro's ultra-wide sensor. Now, we did not cut any corners on this sensor. It's perfect for cityscapes, with a 117-degree sensor capturing an incredible amount of color, shadow, and detail. You can see here, in this picture, that there's no distortion around the corners, which is the biggest problem for other ultra-wides in other flagship phones. A lot of our fans have a rich and colorful nightlife, so we need to make sure our cameras are ready in any lighting. So what we've done is we've actually enhanced our night mode so that colors and detail are captured clearer than ever before in low light. This is a shot above the Sydney Opera House in Bennelong Point, Australia. There is very little noise in the lighting. Now look at the contrast of the night sky and the fireworks. Noise in the lighting. Now look at the contrast of the night sky and the fireworks, especially the fireworks that is fading in the middle of the picture. The contrast is very, very sharp, and this is an amazing picture in low light. Now to make things simpler for you, we've also included our AI 2.0 algorithm. What this means is that with one click, we can automatically set a variety of shooting parameters for you. With no effort at all, just one click, you can get vibrant, flawless shots. Now for me personally, this is a very important feature because I'm not very good at taking photos. So with one click, my amateur photo skills now look professional. Now next up, let's talk about the epic zoom range. Mi 10 Pro supports up to 10x hybrid zoom and 50x digital zoom. To give you a sense of the zoom range, each of these shots were taken from exactly the same point, from 0.6x optical all the way to 50x digital. Now I want you to pay attention to the 50x digital picture. Look at this. You can even see this person next to the house that you cannot see with your naked eye. Isn't that cool? Now the camera package for Mi 10 series is unbeatable. Now for Mi 10 Pro, DxOMark called it the new image quality leader at the time of launch. So how did we do this? Now, besides using the state-of-the-art, top-of-the-line hardware, we also have a strong camera R&D team working to improve your experience. We have 9 centers dedicated to photo quality around the world and also beyond the globe. Now, what do I mean by this? No, I really want to clarify, we did not colonize another planet. In November, what we did was to send our 108 megapixel sensor into space alongside a satellite. Now we called this Let's Capture Our World. Let's take a look at how this turned out. This and our friends in the media joining us on the live stream today. My name is Shou, and I'm the president of International at Xiaomi. Today, we'll be introducing some great products for you. But before we do that, I would like to make a few remarks on the recent circumstances. Ladies and gentlemen, these are extraordinary times. Xiaomi has friends and family all around the world. Our thoughts and our prayers are with everyone dealing with the pandemic today. Now, in these special times, I want to say that there is strength in solidarity. We are waves of the same sea, leaves of the same tree, and flowers of the same garden. This is a quote by Seneca that we sent with our first shipment of masks. This is a quote by Seneca that we sent with our first shipment of masks.